there's this thing making the rounds. It's trending on Twitter. And allegedly, it's from an article that's called Anti-Woke Economic Terrorists Have Now Wiped Out $5 trillion in stock value. The anti-ESG hysteria driven by online hate platforms has disproportionately eroded portfolios of couleur and sabotaged our planet's future. Call it what it is, terrorism. So I like the delusion, the conspiracy theory where the activists are living in. They genuinely believe that ESG, which is funded by one of the most powerful institutions on the planet, which is BlackRock and Vanguard, they just pale in comparison with random people on Twitter. It's like a random individual in his house going and just clicking those clackety clees, right, in a hateful manner, is going to cause so much destruction and so much harm, and this is why we need more censorship. I don't know where this article is from. It may even be fake, but from the looks of it, it appears that it may be from the publication, The Root. The reality is, like, I genuinely don't care if this article is real or not, because I just want to have a conversation about ESG. I think it's time, right? It's the beginning of a new year, so we need to discuss what is transpiring. First and foremost, a lot of people are thinking that ESG is going away. False. It's not going away. What is happening is that the people pushing for it have noticed that it is incredibly unpopular. It is just as popular as the World Economic Forum. Like, if you look at their website, especially on their YouTube channel, they publish a video and they immediately take it down. Because these people are so disconnected with the average peasantry that they think their ideas are good and are amazing because they come from an echo chamber. And when they show it to the public is just disgusted with what they have to say, is downvoting those videos, so they have to immediately take it back, right? So it's the same thing with ESG. It's like they genuinely think that they are good people and they genuinely think that they are doing good, but they notice that the market doesn't like it. So what many companies do when the product isn't being well received by the market, instead of trying to change the product, they just change the label. So if you actually follow, you'll notice that a lot of ESG initiatives, what they do is they just change the name, right? So instead of ESG is now energy for a sustainable future. Instead of ESG is like green energy for the planet. They basically like just change the name. It's still the exact same thing. It still requires the exact same stuff. It's just that it's called differently now. And most people haven't picked up on it yet. On a surface level, you think that, oh, well, this finally is going away, right? Now, let's analyze this thing, right? Because a lot of people are defending it, whether or not it's a real article. There's people on Twitter that are defending this nonsense. First of all, I want to tackle the concept of diversity, right? Portfolios of couleur, the aristocracy. ESG doesn't champion diversity. Like, let's cut the crap, okay? They will never take a Candace Owens over a Hunter Biden. Like these people, they love the ideology. They do not care about the vehicle, the vector. That's even how they call a black, the vector of the ideology. They don't care about that, right? So if you have like a black person that's a right-winger or a black person that doesn't partake into the far-left nonsense, they will not hire that person. They would rather hire a Hunter Biden. They would rather hire a Joe Biden. They would rather hire a Justin Trudeau that does blackface over a black person. This is what diversity is. It's nepotism. Like, trust me, I am from Eastern Europe. I understand nepotism when I see it. What is nepotism? What is this level of corruption? Well, if you have a company, let's say, that flies planes, right? So you're Delta Airlines or something like that. Well, nepotism says that you have to hire the boss's son. Because the boss's son is born correctly, he has the pedigree, he has the heritage. You will not insinuate that the boss's son is incapable, are you, right? So you have like competent pilots, other people's sons, but you're going to tell, yeah, like you're a horse hired over ivermectin. You're going to say, no, they can't take the job. The boss's son gets promoted. Now, what obviously is going to happen is that the boss's son may actually know how to do a good job, but more often than not, because he wasn't promoted for doing a good job, right? And if he was actually capable of doing a good job, he wouldn't have to get in through the back door. He wouldn't have to go in through the nepotism. He's not as skilled, right? So eventually you're going to see planes falling out of the sky. You're going to see things starting to stall down, the product becoming more expensive, the product becoming worse. This is a level of corruption that, again, like when you hire one person, that's the boss's son, it's a problem. But when you hire thousands, when you hire tens of thousands, when you hire an officer, and the officer only makes sure that the boss's son gets in, and the boss has a lot of sons because the mother of stupid people is always pregnant, then you're going to have a systemic problem, especially if it's happening everywhere, right? This is why Eastern Europe for a long time was underdeveloped. It wasn't because it was lacking resources, it was due to this level of corruption, where you do not hire the best person for the job, you hire based on nepotism. Diversity is literally the same shit. You're not hiring the best people for the job, you're hiring based, in this case it's not nepotism, it's not you actually know the person, but you're hiring them based on ideology. So this is with the portfolios of Couleur. Like, they will erode themselves. You don't know. Like, nothing that's not meritocratic. The economy is like evolution. Like, if it's not fit to survive, it's going to get eroded. The second one is that, people from that are against ESG are now driving away the people that are the proponents of ESG. It's like, well, the very definition of ESG is to drive away the people that disagree with you. Like, this is literally what you have been done. So if you think that people who are against ESG are economic terrorists, well, the first economic terrorist, the primordial economic terrorist, was the ESG proponent. Because what they do is they go into a gaming company, for example, and they go, cisgender straight white men, oh, they're everywhere, oh my god, oh, right? So the first thing is, like, they start fighting people that are competent. They start fighting people that have been there at the company for decades in order to make room for the ideological individuals. And once that happens, you notice that, again, the quality of the product goes down, the price of the product goes up. Just look at the new game Suicide Squad. $100 British pounds in order to play a game. That is $150 for a video game. Never before in the history of humanity have we noticed something so expensive, and yet, despite the fact that it was so expensive, it was also broken on launch. The people who had to pay $100 to play earlier weren't able to play the game. And this is the situation of the market right now, right? Like, this is what has been caused with this level of corruption, with this level of nepotism, and it doesn't matter if, like, random people on Twitter call it out or not. It's not sustainable. It is the definition of anti-sustainability. It's going to collapse by itself. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.